Hi, good afternoon.
Hey there. Well, it's those dirty, rotten, low-down scammers are at it again. Let me tell you, just making my blood boil and Linda's and Sherry's. And that's what we'd like to introduce. I'm Sylvia.
I'm Sherry Darmanine.
I'm Linda Hollington.
And we're talking about those dirty, rotten, low-down scammers. And this time, not about buying homes, which they have run the circle on. Renters. They're attacking our renters in the area, well, all over the country. And the scam is, we can't give you too many details because, number one, we don't want the copycatters out there.
We don't want to give anybody ideas.
God. And number two, they're always changing.
Yeah.
You know, they're always lurking and doing things a little differently. So you can't just go by one thing. You've just got to trust your gut. And when the hair goes up on the back of your neck, go to somebody who can help you out. Maybe even a realtor. A lot of times these happen with the for rent by owners, okay? And you're not involving a realtor, but go to somebody you can trust and ask them to do some research if you can't do it, right?
Right. I agree.
Yeah, make sure that you're covering some background on the people that are offering you for sale or for rent by owner. Google their name. You know, go on the Brevard County public site and check out who owns the property. It's easy for you to do, and you don't have to be a realtor to do that. Anybody can do that. Obviously, if you have the assistance of a realtor that is accustomed to rentals, we'll be able to do a lot of that vetting for you. And remember, if you're looking as a tenant, we don't charge you anything for that. We are paid by the landlord or the property management firm to find a tenant. So it kind of behooves you as a tenant to look at getting a rental through a realtor. If you're going to go with the for rent by owners route, you need to make sure of who you're visiting and who you're renting from. Make sure that they're not asking you for money up front.
Oh, yeah.
You know, don't give out a bunch of cash on site because, we got thousands of people looking at this property, and if you don't give us some money right here now, it's going to be gone. Well, that's let it be gone to somebody else that falls victim.
Linda, what are some of the red flags that you've heard of and seen?
Well, they should be just as concerned about the terms of the contract as you are. They should be just as concerned about who you are, a little bit about your background. Can you pay them? There should be, some concern on their part. If they're doing it cheaper than everybody else around there, if they are hurrying you at all, pushing you to sign, pushing you to give money, let's get this deal over with because somebody else wants it, all those kind of things that they're trying to make you do this right away. If they're trying to get any kind of financial information out of you that they can use, like your bank account numbers or those kind of things, don't be silly enough to give it to them. You don't know who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't know for sure if they have anything to do with this property. And do some background checks. It's pretty easy on the internet now these days too. And I've had people show up, buyers that I was suspicious of. This is what I did. I took a picture of their license plate. I just excused myself, went to my car, and said I had to make a phone call. And I just took pictures of their car. I took pictures of their license plates. I got pictures of them that they didn't know I had. Because they were not asking the questions they should have been asking. So I am very weary sometimes. If everything turns out all right, then fine. I don't need that information. But if it doesn't, you can be sure I'm going to report it. I have had these experiences, and I did report it. I did take it to the police department so that they could do something.
And some of the worst sites that you're going to go on, a lot of times people do, Craigslist. Okay? Unfortunately, and I'm not trying to badmouth Craigslist, but unfortunately, Craigslist has a reputation for having some unscrupulous people on there and trying to sell things or what have you. And there's been a lot of problems, okay? So be very leery of that as well, Right. If it sounds too good to be true.
It is.
Exactly.
If they give you a hard time about actually showing you the property, well,
maybe they can't get into the property because they don't have the access.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
And trust your gut. Trust yourself. If it starts, feeling like, wait a minute, something's wrong here, just, move on to the next thing.
Right, right. And we'll put the link. That's Brevard County Property Appraiser that
Yeah.
Sherry was talking about. It is, and
It's-
every county has the same thing. And ours is Brevard County. And just check the owners, check the names, and if you start getting a song and dance when you approach them with your research, then move on.
That's the best way to find out who truly owns the house, at least what's recorded, and then from there you can always Google the name, to try to contact the owner, or just compare to the person that wants you to see the house. Okay.
And if there's any question in that, you can even look at the deed.
Yeah.
You can even look
That's
at the
true.
County
Yeah.
clerk, these are all public access.
right from that appraisal down at the bottom there. You can click on it. You can go right to the deed.
And of course, if you have any questions at all, or you're running into that kind of problem, or have had that experience, please give us a comment in the comments section. We'd love to hear, what we can do to give out to other people to prevent this from happening. Because with the rental prices being so high and the lack of availability, you are going to run into these types of difficulties.
They're
So
scamming money. They are varmints. They're dirty, rotten, low-down varmints.
And
don't
one
fall
thing-
prey to them.
One thing, you may not have a computer or anything that you can access this information that we're talking about. Anytime we put out this information, if that's the case, we're always happy to look it up for you.
or go to your public library.
Yeah, and get the information that you need.
Yep.
Don't give up on it.
No.
Well, folks, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us your comments as well. And as always, thank you for joining us on The Porch 321. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.